Hi traders, Joseph here from Eightcap. Today's report we're going to have a look at a couple of commodities. We're looking at gold on the daily in front of us now, oil, and we're just going to revisit some of the CFD indexes, as we did see some stalls last night, but buying remains pretty strong in the out of hours session, and this we've seen some decent gains so far across Asian indexes as well. So we'll just start with gold, and then we'll also just touch on some of the key news that's coming up tonight and tomorrow morning. So actually we'll just get straight into this. So we're looking at gold to possibly forming a continuation. Now at the moment we can see that the trend still remains up, and we can see a lot of rejection in yesterday after buyers really fought back after a strong move down by sellers. We saw that move at one stage. It was trading around close to 1% lower, and it was quickly pulled back by buyers, and we're seeing some buying today. So I'd like to see this point here hold. It's sort of showing some minor support. That's the 1705.45 point. And we've seen a new test of that today, which has been rejected, and which then led to this small bull bar that we're seeing at the moment. So that's just that level here. We still have this resistance at 1730.55, and that will possibly come back into the equation if buyers are able to run up again to test that level, and that will be quite critical if we can see a break of that level and a close above that to get a new extension higher going, and really cement that the continuation is up and running. So just just touching on some of the keys we're watching. So we can see that new higher low here, rejection, and this new bar of buying after this morning's small move down by sellers. So this first point we want to see is that 1705.45 hold, and we would like to see that with the dollar lower and this market starting to show some recovery, that we see that continue, and we'd like to, first stage would be a break of 1716.38, and that would start to show some decent signs that the market is looking to continue. Now let's have a look at oil. Oil had another semi-volatile day yesterday. At one stage it was trading pretty heavily lower. It got down to that 11.78% point before it was stopped and reversed by buyers late into the session. So if we just have a look at the 1 hour, we can see where that first bar really got buying underway. It broke the 1 hour trend, and then we had a good test, formed a higher low, and we had a new extension. Today so far we've seen a bit of selling, but there is a new short-term trend going, and we would just like to see if we do have another test lower, that if buyers are able to come back in, and then we would see possibility of real confirmation that support from 1357 is being not only observed but confirmed, and we'd like to see buyers continue to build on that level. If we do see another break below this level, that then would be looking for to see if sellers can reach that level again, and then break that level to sort of say that this downtrend is continuing. But for now there's a stalemate going on, and buyers are trying to really put their foot down and create a bit of a line that with some pretty decent demand on the short term right now, that they're not comfortable with price going below that 14 level down to 1380, 1370. So definitely no real trade ideas just yet. It's still really in a consolidation at this point, but after some of the selling we've seen, it is some good signs to see buyers are starting to put up some fight. But again, that can be a pause with possibility of more selling to come if sellers reestablish their numbers. So definitely need to see a little bit more out of the price action here before we can start really calling that proven support point right now, just based on that momentum lower and some of the indecision that we're seeing so far today. So overnight the Nasdaq did break above that resistance level here. It was quite short-lived. It fell back down and then ended up finishing lower for the day. But as we mentioned before, we are seeing some pretty healthy buying at the moment. It's 1.49% higher, but it is continuing to stall at this resistance level, which could be taken as a small worry, but we will have to see what happens into the New York session to see if we do have some strong influences that can push this market above that resistance. I would like to see it close because we've seen plenty of attempts to move above it, but they've been sucked back into the consolidation. So at the moment we're seeing a pattern which is a ascending triangle. It's a bit rough there, but you can sort of get what I'm just trying to point out. And they are normally continuation patterns, but they need to be confirmed by a breakout. And some traders like to see a new higher low after the breakouts are really confirmed that it's underway and up and going. So we'll just touch on the US30 finally. And US30 is not in such a tight pattern that we saw on the Nasdaq, and the trend's a little bit more extended. But again, just with the NDX100, we're seeing that pullback from highs, and we're seeing fresh buying today. So again, we'd like to see a bit of a statement with a move higher that's closed and suggesting that buyers are totally in control, and then we could see a continuation in this current minor uptrend. So now coming up tonight, we have US GDP figures coming out, and early Thursday morning at the end of the US session, late into the US session, we have the FOMC meeting, and rates are expected to stay on hold, but as with all FOMC, traders will be looking very closely at the statement and what's coming out in terms of possible directions. So that's it for now. We hope you enjoy the rest of your trading day, and until tomorrow, good trading and bye for now.